We have a game. No, yeah. I will try one. And if it doesn't work out, then I'll go for some puzzles. This will, yeah. I guess I will barely, yeah, not that barely. I think that's only 3 or 4 pawns I will win if I win this game, but almost certain a win of this will guarantee that the next game will be for 2020-50, which is, yeah, of all the 50s is the nice, like, I guess the next is 2750, but that will be very unlikely. I get there at one point. I guess there's a non-zero chance, but that I wouldn't count that as a low. Although, yeah, I don't think in rapid it's almost impossible. But maybe like in blitz, I gave to ever get that rating under 5%. I think it's okay. This they are not going for bishop g4. So how do I now set up my pieces? Bishop c4 for sure makes sense to maybe get some pressure on. Do I still go for the usual 91, 93? Yeah, after bishop 4, knight b6, then they can play bishop g4. I'm thinking I'm just playing 91 anyway. Can also go knight, yeah, but knight g5 there's no follow-up. I think I'll go for 91. So yeah, I have now the option of f3. Yeah, they have now e5 too. But that pawn could be a little bit overextended, since they are not ready to follow up with f6. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so where do I want my pieces? I'm not sure where I want my bishop. Since, and yeah, my knight wants to go to d3, but if it goes to d3, then it stops that square for my bishop. Yeah. Like, but they also have no nice square for their bishop. So maybe I go bishop c4, bishop b3. And then I follow it up at knight e3. At any point when this pawn gets under pressure, I will just play f3. Okay, they go for e5. Now, yeah, this is now a weakness. And we'll start attacking. And also, yeah, now it's quite difficult to get this bishop to its last useful square. Like g4, it just will run into f3. And yeah, if it goes to g4, f3 and goes here, now in this part of the board it's just stuck. Then yeah, it will be cornered in this like quarter of the board. I guess. Okay, that's. So now they take control. They have like c5, c4 IDs. Okay, they can. Yeah, this way they win my bishop. So maybe I should have gone bishop e2 instead. But yeah, that's still. Like I have now the open file. Their bishop is really bad. It has like no future. It has now a decent square, but it doesn't do anything there. Now this knight, unsure what its future is. This pawn is attacked. And I need to move this knight so I can get my bishop out. Okay. So b4, so I can get this knight to the juicy c5 square. And like that, then I can also get my bishop out. That gives the bishop here some access. So bishop b4, bishop e6, knight c5, they take. Now we get opposite color bishops. Maybe I just play b4, bishop e6, b3, attack this pawn. That's like not that crazy an idea. Yes. Though I know kill also back the square for this knight. But yeah, I will find some other squares for it. Don't think they can put more pressure on my b4 pawn. So after bishop b2, I guess they can go for knight e6 and then f6. And now my bishop is not doing that much on b2. Yeah, they go directly for that. Do I change plans? Maybe I go to e3 instead. This knight can reroute maybe to g3. No, their position is not that bad actually. Maybe they at some point the bishop pair starts to be a thing. I think for now I'm still fine. So c5 here, taking knight takes. Then I can challenge their bishop pair. And still this bishop is still basically restricted by my pawns. Like in this, it has like this e6 square looks nice and chunky, but it has no other squares. I guess it can prepare f5. That way it can get some more. But yeah, f5 at least that will and leave this e5 pawn a bit weak. I guess from there it can go. They can like f5, e4. So I have some urgency. I think bishop e3 here. It's a nice move. Putting some pressure here. If they need to play a6, it's maybe a slight weakness. My knight could go to g3. After a move like g6, maybe go to h6 and then h4, h5. Even some attacking ideas in the endgame. Okay, the knight is absolutely doing nothing here, just blocking me. Now the hook needs to stay there. I think I go here. Also fight against... yeah, the question is, do I want to play g4 first or not? I think there's something to be said to fight against f5. To get more control over the light squares. They play g6, then knight g3. I think I'm gonna do that. The other, yeah, I'm a little bit more difficult to get in a break, but yeah, maybe I don't want to break. They have the bishop pair, so. Yeah, and I can still have ideas to attack the king after this. So knight g3 and then next go with the h pawn. Yeah, their pieces are very restricted. I've said it multiple times, but yeah, this is like my score in this line in the challenge is amazing. I always forget to check it after the games, but I think I want to start with this. After rook d8, I will first need to step out of this line, but I think I have time for that. I could think about f5 there, but that would be crazy. With their king over there. Guess now they're maybe a little bit closer to getting ready for c5. I actually also have like after rook d8 I have this idea, but I think I want to first start with king e2. I think I want to be out of this line. So now this is an idea. Bishop g5, bishop f6, and just cap this pawn. It's not that easy to stop. Maybe they need to play f6 and then they have some ideas of trying to trap my bishop. But anyway, my next move is h4. Yeah. But yeah, because of that, then after h4, I'm not really threatening to play h5. Maybe I then first need to move my bishop back. So next, I think, and now knight c5 always will be with the tempo. But yeah, for now. And they have no breaks, which is amazing. King h8. Guess they maybe tried to get rook g8 and g5 in. Let's make sure that g5 doesn't drop my trap my bishop. But yeah, I think that's impossible. And I play bishop f8. Do I trade or do I go back? Now my pieces are on excellent squares here. Yeah, trading in knight c5. That looks amazing square for the knight. Yeah, at some point I will just start putting pressure on a7 too. Maybe quite soon. Oh wow. I guess yeah, their next move will be rook d8. So after this, and they will step out of the pin like that. So bishop e3, rook d8, bishop here. Yeah, the thing is that this check indent is a bit annoying. But yeah, I will not be... I can play a preparing move first. It still also can... I think there are maybe just rook a6. Put pressure all over the place. "30 more games, that would mean that like I gain around 2 rating points per game. Yeah, that's... I think that's probably already very good level, but I probably am scoring around that level right now. Yeah, I think it will be... I think it's very realistic to get pretty close in like maybe 20 more games, and then it's like 20, 25, and then it's can I get over the hump the first time, or do I need to like hover around a bit? But yeah, 30 games. Like when did I start? I feel since I played that over the board tournament, I didn't play any games for like 5 days. Like I get a month plus 5 days. 10 streams. Yeah, that's an impressive milestone. Wow, that's very passive. I think I go bishop c5. After the trade, I need to go here. Maybe I also just play rook e8 double. They have bishops, but yeah, if they play bishop c8 IDs, that would be like very unfortunate for this rook. Their pieces are completely not working together. All my pieces are very harmonious. Yeah, the question, at some point do I include h6 u5? So then whenever this bishop needs to leave this diagonal or is traded, knight f5 will be super strong. Since for now this knight on g3 is my worst piece by far. I guess, yeah, the rook on h1, but that soon will join the game on a very good square. But yeah, I assume this is just positionally lost for my opponent. But of course I still need to play precise. Bishop d7. Don't even know what is the idea of that move. Now rook a1 will be with a threat. I'm threatening to actually take on b6. Okay. Guess that was the idea, but this shouldn't be able to hold. I think like h5 on one side has the advantage of like giving me the square probably. But it also like fixes the structure a bit more. I don't think this is a draw. Like, fine. See you followed me 7 days ago. I guess that was on Tactics Tuesdays, right? Sweet. But you didn't say anything back then? Yeah. Oh wow. But if I trade and play knight c5, then the rook needs to move. Is this really? Guess then I will need to get the other knight somehow in. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I now go to the d file next. Of course, I'm still putting pressure here too. Ah, okay. So, what is that your lead chess name too, or do you have another lead chess name? Sweet. Sweet. How do you pronounce that in English? So knight e6 is a move. Ah, okay. That's is a not super, don't super recognize that name. I think now rook d1 might be un uncomfortable. I guess rook d8. I still have no kill. Like, this position feels like it should completely collapse for my opponent. But I still need to find one more precise ID. It feels like the second knight also needs to join. Maybe I go like here to d3. And then I have this knight e6, knight c5 ID. I like it. Ah. Yeah, I get sometimes hit with I don't know if I actually, yeah, some people know my account, but don't know. And this is a thing I loved. I think I play knight. And that was maybe a reason I should have some pawn played h5. So they could trade off one pair of the knights, but my remaining knight will be still so much stronger than their bishop. His bishop has been a problem for them all game. Like, if people really want to find me, like, they can find me via my Twitch and then my Lichess account. And yeah, I'm sure that sometimes happens, but yeah, I'm not gonna bother with it too much. Yeah, it was actually kinda funny. I got once O3B, like some really basic blunder in, like, they found my account, an online account, and uh, yeah, they did preparation on all my games, but at that point I only switched to 1e4 like couple months before. But in these months I only played 1e4. And so, but like 80% of my games was still d4, and they prepared super deep on my d4, but didn't look at e5 what e4 at all. So so their prep was gone after move 1. Okay. I have knight here. Knight e7. Closing it up or not? If I take here now this rook. And do I want to open this file or not? They are really discoordinated, so that could be a reason to like open a file. Take 96. I think I'm gonna close it. This is also like all these extra pawns on their bishop. Like how horrible is this bishop? It has no future at all anywhere. Then this is okay. Now they close it even more. Yeah. Oh, this is a very obvious move. I guess rook e7. Like no way. There is no breakthrough here. They are almost in zugzwang here. Guess it's no knight. I can't get a knight to a5. Guess rook here threatens this. They could then do maybe an in-between move. Maybe this one. I'm not sure which of the two is best. But yeah, rook d1 looks logical. I guess rook d8 probably. But yeah, I can just double now on the d file. And with this knight, they never can challenge that. No, I don't need... where is... Ban. Gone. Also, created account yesterday. Okay, so now the... so where has my knight still some squares to go to? On b2 I could prepare c4, which is unclear I want to do, but at least it does something. And my knight is also a bit stuck. I have one gate knight, but the second knight doesn't have then many gate squares. Okay, I think... probably really doesn't matter, but... just needed to pick one. But I know a lot of people that close their accounts because they faced one time. But yeah, I have. But there's also like, and then on the other side, there are still so many people that have just their name in their profile. So I found I have done also quite a decent amount of prep like that. I have found my opponents. Yeah, the problem, like, they cannot trade off one of the rooks. Oh, they don't do that. Gonna go back. I don't have any entry squares either, so maybe I should have try to prepare the c4 break. Oh wow. I guess it doesn't do. Like I can go rook d6. And then yeah, I guess is this a decent square? Or does it risk getting attacked? It's really don't think they can get to these squares with a knight. They have this. But yeah, I would really happy trade off one of my knights. Then the second knight can replace it. And the moment I move this rook, then they might have a5. They are defending very strongly here, I feel. Okay, this just allows this check. Not that it does that much, but I guess after. And now I'm just gonna like I will force the trade of these knights. And then get the second knight in. And my knight will be so much stronger than the bishop. It's unclear if I can somehow create something. Okay. They trade on that square. Take here. No, no. Can't allow them to get to the d4 square. We'll get the knight to c5. But yeah, my rook has no entry squares. Maybe I let the position close too much. I have, yeah, still ideas I can try. And they can absolutely do nothing. So I get my knight to here. Maybe can get my king in somehow. I can at least play c4. Yeah, but that's allows here. They still have king e7, so they don't lose that. But now I can trade rooks. Is that good or not? Feel like I want to keep rooks on the board. Like this is so passive. Take. That's maybe a little bit premature. Maybe I should have prepared this. Yeah, one of the ideas is now I can infiltrate like this. So bishop d7, Shum just loses versus taking, trading here, and playing rook e6. Although of course there's always the risk going into a rook endgame. Okay. You can go here. But at least I can take on e7 after that. Okay, they go back. You can now just put pressure here and they collapse. Yeah. I guess this, the everything. No, I can take the e5 pawn. Yeah. That's like it's at some point the position should collapse. Yeah, no. All the weaknesses still remain. I guess they can challenge me like this. Maybe a bishop here? Maybe that time. Yeah, probably I could still have gotten it out, but that was a little bit tricky. Have knight here, get the rook out. Since the... think maybe I want to keep the rook on for a moment still. Yeah, I'm attacking this pawn too, which is very good. Yeah. So after assuming I convert this, then next win, no matter what my opponent will be, I think I will be playing for it. They have like the pin, they still have this. I have just this. What's the issue with that? Don't see it. Everything is still super solid. I guess they can move the rook and then the king, and now there's like some double stuff here. But yeah. This gains me a tempo. Now I'm Finally, happily trading. Okay. Yeah, but that gains me. Ah, they can take in between. No, but if they take in between, I still take the b5 pawn. So that's our now 3 pawns, and still, still the bishop isn't doing anything. Like, this bishop has struggled all game long. Maybe it will manage to give itself up for my b pawn. That's its hope. But yeah. So, how are you doing, Jokic? Okay, yeah, but that's not a real attempt. Can just allow them like to get my pawns, but there's no need to do that. Yeah, but how strong was your opposition? Since yeah, of course the score doesn't say